up? Welcome to another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier, and this is Jason. And today we are back actually reviewing a new film that actually is still playing in theaters. I feel like we're always reviewing, every once in a while we'll get a new one in there, but I always feel like for the most part we've been reviewing a lot of older films because we were just trying to basically clear off a lot of those 2021 films.
Right.
But I feel like maybe this might be the cutoff where we do straight up 2022 outside of like any other like list shows we might do in the future or something of that nature.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's good to be, in the current year reviewing films that are actually in theaters, which is nice. Which is nice.
Yeah.
Well, I say without further ado, I say we get right into it. So the film that I'm actually alluding to is going to be Jackass Forever. And I'll go ahead and take this one away.
Right.
So
it's going to take you a while to go into the plot on this.
Yeah. There really is no plot. If you know Jackass, I mean, obviously it was a show, long running show that was on MTV that I definitely watched. Almost 20 years ago now or something of that nature.
More than 20 years. I think.
So when they were just young, and if you don't know the story of the Jackass crew, so basically it was an MTV show where it was basically just a group of guys that were just doing stunts, whatever they could do, hurting themselves, beating themselves up, picking fights with, pro fighters and boxers and things of that nature, and doing a lot of, crude humor jokes and things of that nature. And then they've obviously made, I think 2 movies before this one, right?
No, this is the 4th one.
Oh, 4th movie. That's right. You're right. So
Jackass Forever.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So this is the 4th movie of the series, and it's more of the same. It's more of the same. The only thing I'll say about this one is it felt like there was way more penis humor type jokes in this one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, and it was almost overkill in this one. That's the only thing I will say about that one. There was way more of it, I felt like, in this one. So definitely not one for the kids. I wouldn't. I just didn't anticipate. And some of the other ones maybe had a little bit of that, but this one they were like,
penises everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there must have been 8 bits that involved, male genitalia, you know what I mean? In this one, which for me was a little overkill after a point. I mean, I did like it. I did have some, there's a lot of funny parts. There's a lot of really, but it's basically just watching dudes just, beat up their junk for, like an hour and a half was pretty much the bulk of the movie. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the bulk of the movie. So yeah, it's funny. But my issue always with these Jackass films is I would never own them, and I would probably never revisit them. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, you got a good laugh, but I probably would never really watch them again because there's just so much crudeness to the humor in there. And it's just like I said, just watching guys, beat themselves up. I mean, which is fun, on initial viewing, but I mean, is it something that I would revisit necessarily? I don't know. I don't know that I would ever buy any of these on like Blu-ray and rewatch them and like, hey guys, come check out this Jackass film where these guys will, let somebody punch them, in the nuts, you know what I mean? Just for the hell of it.
Or a pogo stick. Don't forget the pogo stick.
Yeah, or a pogo stick. Let somebody jump on you with a pogo stick right on your, testicles. I mean, that's essentially, the movie in a nutshell. I mean, that's the whole movie. That's describing it from beginning to end, basically. That's what you're going to get. But, the thing about it is you kind of know what you're getting with these films. I just didn't expect it was going to be that much of that in this one. But I did notice one thing, that the original guys, the Steve-O's, the Johnny Knoxvilles, all the original guys, they didn't do quite as many stunts in this one because they have a new group, because they're older. They're, all these guys are like, and they're like, late 40s, early 50s now. So, so they have like a new group of guys, I guess, to continue on the Jackass tradition.
Understudies, kind of.
The new understudies, and they were the ones that did primarily a lot of the stunts were with those guys. A lot of the painful ones, anyways. A lot of the more painful ones were with those guys. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Johnny Knoxville and Steve-O, they still did plenty enough, but it was a lot of the newer guys doing a lot of the additional crazy stuff, in my opinion, anyways, from what I could tell.
Yeah.
But overall, long story short, I mean, I liked it for what it was. You know what I mean? I've liked the previous 3 films. I liked the show. I watched it. but as I get older, it's more cringeworthy now, probably than when I was in my 20s, when these shows first came out, so now I'm kind of also like, ooh, so it's more cringeworthy for me as I get older, my own morality, like there's no way in heck I would be, letting someone fire me out of a cannon, or, letting someone, letting a pro hockey player, hit me with a, with a hockey puck, or, letting, the heavyweight champion of UFC, who's the hardest hitting puncher recorded in history, just give me a straight punch to my, testicles. I think I would probably pass on that.
yeah.
So, but there's a reason why they do what they do, and there's a reason why they've had success doing this. There's a reason why there's been 4 movies made off of it, because people like to see that. People will pay to see people beat themselves up, in a nutshell, and I was one of those people that paid to do the same. So, but overall, I mean, I liked it. I thought it was fun. And I just kind of left it at that. What was your take?
Oh, I liked it a lot. I'm a Jackass fan. I love the show when it was on. I loved all the other movies, and I like these guys, you know what I mean?
I like the guys. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Steve-O, they're likable guys, and I really like that something like this can even exist these days, you know what I mean? Because now it seems like more than ever we're kind of just like inundated with like franchise this, like billion, multiple hundreds of $1 million budgets and CGI multiverses and all this kind of stuff. And it's really kind of a breath of fresh air that something this cheap and kind of grubby and gritty and outsider, it's like outsider art, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like these guys literally have skin in the game, unlike all these, so it's like the polar opposite of something like Uncharted, which admittedly I've not seen, but I'm not interested really. You know what I mean? Like where all these, it's all CGI and the actors are, clean and handsome and, free of, all the stunts are done by other people. Like, I just like something like this as being like a breath of fresh air. You know what I mean? That there's never anything like this in the multiplexes these days. Even back then there wasn't really. So, I really like respect it from that angle. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I agree with you that just as a personal thing, like I don't get as much enjoyment out of like the genital torture as I do. I prefer that. I love the stunts.
Yeah. And I like the stunts. You get hit by a bull. That's cool. You want to get tossed out of a cannon. That's cool. You want to go, push a shopping cart into like a cactus pit, all that stuff I don't have a problem with, I mean, it's cringeworthy, but it was a lot of genitalia, in that film, and a lot of beating up of genitalia in that film, which might have been, in my opinion, just a little bit overkill. I'm no prude by any means, but I just felt like in this one, it was a little bit of overkill, so.
Yeah, it's just from an enjoyment standpoint, you know what I mean? Like, and like the hidden camera stuff. I love the hidden camera.
Yeah, I wish and that was the stuff I was hoping to see more of that. Like, I like the hidden camera stuff where they make people a little bit uncomfortable in those settings, but I feel like there wasn't enough of that in this one. I feel like in the other ones, there was a lot more of the hidden camera stuff. So,
yeah, like that's why one of the reasons why, I mean, I'm a big fan of Bad Grandpa. Like, I really like Bad Grandpa a lot more than I thought I would. And because that's all like hidden camera stuff, and so I love that stuff. I love the stunts. A little bit of the genital torture goes a long way, but it's fine. I don't have any problem with nudity, obviously. Again, that's also kind of refreshing that it's, not all like, because it's so normalized for, female nudity all the time. It's kind of refreshing to have the, male nudity just as a counterpoint, you know what I mean? Like that it's not just women all the time, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, but yeah, so I liked it. I lost my train of thought there for a second, but I dug it. Yeah,
cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you want to add about Jackass Forever? I mean, there's not really much more to really cover on that. You're either going to be in the camp, I think, or you're not. You know what I mean? Either that type of humor is going to completely alienate you and turn you off, or you're going to enjoy it. So, you know, but anything else you wanted to add about it?
Nope.
All right, cool. Overall, great. And face you would give this one.
I give Jackass Forever 4 stars out of 5. So it's a solid B+ for me. So yeah,
yeah. I mean, I liked it. Like I said, I thought it was fun. I teetered between a 3 and a 3.5. I ended up settling on a 3 just because, for me, I always think about rewatchability. I don't know that I would watch this whole thing again just because it was so much, male genitalia and so much pain in male genitalia. It's just really uncomfortable to watch. So I don't know that I would revisit it just based on the uncomfortable to watch it kind of thing. So I set on a 3, which means I still liked it. I still think it's fun. I definitely laughed out loud quite a bit in it, but I only gave it a 3 just because I don't know that I could watch it again just because it was so much. I just wish they had dialed that back just a little bit. I'm not saying you need to do any of it. Just dial it back a little bit and amped up a little bit more of the stunts. A little bit more of the the hidden camera stuff, and that's the stuff I really liked, from the show and from the previous films. I really like that stuff as well. So I just wish they had focused a little bit more on that, just a tad bit more, and maybe just dialed back the genitalia stuff, just in my personal opinion. So, but I liked it, so I'm just gonna give it a smile.
All right.
No teeth in this case. So,
all right,
cool. Well, let us know down in the comments. Have you seen Jackass Forever? Did you like it? Did you not like it? As always, if you like the channel, we ask that you like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and we'll be back again soon with another show for you guys. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a great day.